In this session we will study about the muscles which are attached to the scapula. Here we can see the costal surface of the scapula. On the medial two-thirds of the costal surface, a multipinnate muscle is attached, that is the subscapularis muscle. So origin is from the medial two-thirds of the costal surface of the scapula, and insertion of the subscapularis muscle, it is onto the lesser tubercle of the humerus. Nerve supply of the subscapularis muscle, it is by the upper and the lower subscapular nerve from the posterior cord of the brachial plexus. Now here we can also see some of the parts of the brachial plexus. Just for the orientation of the brachial plexus, here this is the axillary artery. Now lateral to the axillary artery we have the lateral cord, medial to it is the medial cord, and posterior to it lies the posterior cord. Now first about the branches from the posterior cord of the brachial plexus. The first branch, here we can see this is the upper subscapular nerve. The yellow colored branch, this is the lower subscapular nerve, and in between the two we can see this nerve to latissimus dorsi or the thoracodorsal nerve. So these are the first three branches: upper subscapular, nerve to latissimus dorsi, and the lower subscapular from the posterior cord. Now fourth branch from the posterior cord, this is the axillary nerve, and the fifth branch from the posterior cord we can see here, this is the radial nerve. So I am just lifting all the branches of the posterior cord. We can see these are the upper subscapular, lower subscapular, nerve to latissimus dorsi, axillary nerve, and the radial nerve. Now we will see some of the branches from the medial cord. From the medial cord, the branches which are visible here, this is the ulnar nerve, and the second branch which we can see here, this is the medial root of the median nerve. So two branches from the medial cord, one is this ulnar nerve and second is the medial root of median nerve. Now from the lateral cord we can see the branches which are, this one is the lateral root of the median nerve. So here lateral root and the medial root of median nerve, they are joining to form this median nerve. The second branch which is visible here, this is the musculocutaneous nerve which is piercing the coracobrachialis muscle, and it will supply all the muscles on the front of the arm. So these are the branches of the brachial plexus which are visible in this specimen. Now we will see the muscles which are attached to the dorsal surface of the scapula. First, on the dorsal surface we can see the spine of the scapula, and above the spine of the scapula there is supraspinous fossa. From the medial two-thirds of the supraspinous fossa there is origin of the muscle supraspinatus muscle. So here this is the supraspinatus muscle. Now below the spine of the scapula, infraspinous fossa is there, and from here the muscle which arises, this is the infraspinatus muscle. So here we can see whole of the infraspinatus muscle. Now the muscles which are attached along the lateral border of the scapula. So here first muscle, this is the teres minor muscle, and from the lower part of the lateral border we can see this is the teres major muscles. So these are the muscles which are attached along the dorsal surface and the lateral border: supraspinatus, infraspinatus, teres minor, and the teres major muscles. Insertions of these muscles, the supraspinatus, infraspinatus, and the teres minor muscles, these three muscles, they are inserted onto the greater tubercle of the humerus. So the four muscles from the anterior side, there was subscapularis which was on the lesser tubercle, supraspinatus, infraspinatus, and teres minor, they are on the greater tubercle of the humerus. These four muscles, they will form a rotator cuff around the shoulder joint. Now insertion of the teres major muscle. The teres major muscle, it is inserted onto the medial lip of the bicipital groove. We will see the various spaces around the scapula. First is this quadrangular space. The quadrangular space, it is having the superior boundary by the teres minor muscle, inferior boundary it is by the teres major muscle, Medially it is bounded by this long head of triceps muscle, and laterally it is bounded by the shaft of the humerus near the surgical neck. So these are the four boundaries: superiorly teres minor, inferiorly teres major, medially by the long head of triceps, and laterally by the shaft of the humerus. Contents of the quadrangular space, they include posterior circumflex humeral vessels and the axillary nerve. So these are the two contents, axillary nerve and posterior circumflex humeral vessels in the quadrangular space. Next is the upper triangular space. So here this is the upper triangular space, which is bounded above by the teres minor muscle, below by the teres major muscle, and laterally by the long head of triceps muscle. And in the contents of the upper triangular space, we have the circumflex scapular branch from the subscapular artery from third part of axillary artery. So this is the upper triangular space between the teres minor and the teres major and long head of triceps muscle. Now the lower triangular space around the scapula, it is bounded above by this, we can see here, this is the teres major muscle. So superiorly by the teres major muscle, medially it is bounded by the long head of triceps, and laterally lies the shaft of the humerus. So this is the lower triangular space between the teres major, long head of triceps, and the shaft of the humerus bone. Contents of the lower triangular space, they are the radial nerve along with the profunda brachii vessels. So here we can see this radial nerve, and second structure, it is the profunda brachii vessels. So these are the three spaces around the scapula. Upper, this is the quadrangular space, upper triangular space, and the third is this lower triangular space.